Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day to you, depending where you are in the world. I hope you all had a totally spondicious day. We're doing the nighttime devotion from the devotional Maranatha. The title today, The Pure Mark of Truth. Ezekiel 9, verse 4. The Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Mark this point with care. Those who receive the mark of truth, wrought in them by the power of his Holy Spirit, represented by a mark by the man in linen, are those that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that are done in the church. The class who do not feel grieved over their own spiritual declension, nor mourn over the sins of others, will be left without the seal of God. Not all who profess to keep the Sabbath will be sealed. There are many, even among those who teach the truth to others, who will not receive the seal of God in their foreheads. They had the light of truth. They knew their master's will. They understood every point of our faith, but they had not corresponding work. Not one of us will even receive the seal of God while our characters have one spot or stain upon them. It's left with us to remedy the defects in our character, to cleanse the soul temple of every defilement. Then the latter rain will fall upon us as the early rain fell upon the disciples. What are you doing, brethren, in the great work of preparation? Those who are uniting with the world are receiving the worldly mold and preparing for the mark of the beast. Those who are disgustful of self, who are humbling themselves before God and purifying their souls by obeying His truth, these are receiving the heavenly mold and preparing for the seal of God in their foreheads. When the decree goes forth, when the stamp is impressed, your character will remain pure and spotless for eternity. Now is the time to prepare. The seal of God will never be placed upon the forehead of an impure man or woman. It will never be placed upon the forehead of the ambitious, world-loving man or woman. It will never be placed upon the forehead of men and women of false tongues, of deceitful hearts. All who receive the seal must be without spot before God, candidates for heaven. The pure mark of truth. Mhm. I like the way this is worded. So this is, we must be pure of heart and mind, without spot or blemish, to receive the seal of God. But what jumped out at me was where it said about the mold. These These who are uniting with the world are receiving the worldly mold. Now, in this context, it's using the mold as the form of like a shape or character, or emulating. But it could also be used as mold, as in the growth, the fungus, the rotting. Those who are uniting with the world are also receiving the worldly mold, the rottenness of it, and then preparing for the mark of the beast. The more sinful you remain in the latter days, the worse you will become. But I like those who are distrustful of self, those who are humbling themselves before God, purifying our souls by obeying His truth, will receive the heavenly mold in both contexts, preparing for the seal of God in our foreheads. A decree will go forth. A decree will go forth. Now, this takes me back to the book of Esther, when Artaxerxes, Haman, sets the decree sealed by the seal of Artaxerxes. But Artaxerxes was unaware of it because he gave Haman the authority to make decrees, to kill every Jew on a certain day. When that stamp is impressed, lo and behold, if you are not for God, you'll be certainly against Him. But if our characters remain pure and spotless, we will have that seal of God. So whatever decree comes out of the worldly kings shouldn't really, or will not, affect us in such a way that would be too detrimental to us, because we'll be sealed. That's not to say we won't have to go through toil and temptation, etc. But with the seal, we will be taken through it by God's grace. But now is the time to prepare, because that seal will never be placed on an impure man or woman. It will never be placed on those that are ambitious in their lives, for their careers or whatever they're doing. The only ambition we should have is to emulate that character of God, character Jesus had in His time with us. And we do not want or wish that for ourselves and for everyone else. We are certainly of the world, and I don't wish that on anyone. Let's clean ourselves up now.